Today, I'm going to talk you through my target audience profile. It actually looks like a kind of Word doc with questions, but I've put it into this format so it's a bit kind of easier to talk through. So quite often a marketer will give you some questions to fill out. They might call it a buyer persona, they might call it customer avatar. I call it a target audience profile. And you fill out the questions and then you're kind of like, okay, what do I do now? Or you just never look at it again. So what I want to share with you today are the questions that I've curated over the years of writing copy. So they're questions specific to help you writing copy for your website or writing copy for your content marketing. And you'll actually use them. So I'll tell you where the answers to these questions can be used in your marketing. So hopefully you'll find it kind of really useful and you'll see where the value is in this target audience profile. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is, and I cannot stress this enough, you have to imagine a real person when you're talking this through. Someone you've worked with before, someone you can imagine their voice in your head, someone you can imagine their face. If you try and make it a fictional person, it'll be very, very hard to answer the question. So, and I've done this with clients many a time and they try and make it someone fictional and it just doesn't work. So a real person here. You need to give them the name of that person, the age of that person, where they are, and their job title. For me, it's Tanya. So I'm going to talk you through Tanya using her name, but of course, you just kind of insert the name of the person that you have in your head. And that goes for anything you write. Think of that person and their name, and it'll help you loads more than just kind of coming up with someone who doesn't actually exist. All right, so the first question we ask is, what are the top 5 pain points in their day that you can solve? So pain points are amazing for content marketing inspiration, so for blogs, for social posts, and also to put all over your website. So once you know your person, so Tanya for me is pain points, you can use that all over because we know humans are more motivated to avoid pain than they are to gain a benefit. So we start our content and our websites and our blogs with the pain point they face. So the more you have of these, the better. Now, if you are struggling to think of 5, think of 10. So this is a little trick that I have used for years and years. If you can't think of 3 or 5 of something, try and make that number ridiculously big. So you're like, okay, I'll just try and think of 20 then. What that does for you is it takes away that fear of it has to be the right answer. It just lets your brain think, okay, I have to think of 10 or 20 of these, so I'm just going to write anything that's in my head and not worry if it's perfect, and that'll help you get more of the answers out. So if you can't think of 5, think of 10 or 20. It's a really nice little trick that you can use all over your life and business. And we can use those in the answers to these used in content marketing all over our website. So the pain points are crucial. Get those right to start with. Then we go a bit deeper. So what problem that you can solve keeps this person up at night? So who's your person? For me, it's Tanya. So what keeps Tanya up at night? What does she think about? What does she worry about? And this is used on your homepage intro. So once you have the answer to this question, you can use it in the introduction of your homepage. So I know my clients aren't lying awake at night worrying about their website copy. That's not the kind of main problem or frustration, but they are thinking about how they can get more clients, how they can get more discovery calls booked. And the website is a key catalyst for getting more leads. So I know that if I can talk about that, I can talk about the fact that they're struggling to bring leads into their business, they're doing so much marketing and they're just not seeing anything come to fruition. That's my main frustration that Tanya's worrying about. And that's what I'm kind of talking about, how I can solve it. So really pinpointing that main problem or frustration. Now we answer the question how you can solve this problem for Tanya differently from anyone else. The way you work is unique. Whatever you do, the way you work is unique. So I really want you to think about your unique process. What is your past experience that you bring to how you work with clients? So this is really great for your How I Work page. And when I work with my clients, we come up with what we call your unique process. And it helps you really kind of nail that message of why you're different. And you can use that all over your marketing. So it's great for understanding that and using on your How I Work page. So how do you do what you do like no one else can? Is it life experience, qualification, awards, or a special framework or process? And I do work with my clients to create that framework or process. So that's the second question we always ask in the target audience profile. The third question is, what would life look like for Tanya or for your person after working with you? And this can be great for your homepage headline. We can use this ultimate benefit or outcome of the outcome all over our website. Really great for a homepage headline because it's aspirational, it's benefit driven, it gets people kind of excited. So if you're thinking about the ultimate transformation, for my clients, it's their website selling while they sleep, bringing in more money so they can expand their empire. So think about what clients have said to you about what you do in your testimonial. So what has your ideal person said when you've asked them what they'd want most out of working with you? Or what did they say in the testimonial when it all came to fruition? That is what you're aiming for in your ultimate transformation. The next question we always ask when we're trying to delve into who our target audience is what are the small wins you provide? Now, we too often worry a lot about the big transformation and the big outcome, which we obviously know is important, but we also think about the small wins as well, because we, as humans, we can only emotionally engage with something less than 90 days in the future. So what is that small win? And we place these near our buttons. So if you can think about all those kind of small wins that you give people, is it that feeling of relief that they've ticked something off the to-do list, or they can proudly tell their partner at dinner that they've taken that first step towards getting healthy, or they can go away for the weekend because they don't have to spend Saturday catching up on admin? So what is it that you provide that gives them a small win? Not the ultimate transformation, the small win. And we put those near our call to action buttons, because we know then that people can emotionally engage with that small win and they're more likely to click the button. So small wins are really, really important to think about for your Tanya or for your person, so that you can then put them near your buttons. This is a kind of short one. So what might frustrate them about the industry? So what do they get really annoyed about? Or what have they experienced in the past that didn't feel good for them, and what frustrates them? If you can identify that for your person and think about your real person, of course, what have they said to you? What have they been frustrated by in the past? And then you can place that on your about page. It's really, really great to put on your about page to kind of identify that they're frustrated by this, and you can help solve that frustration for them. This is along the same lines, but it's really, really powerful to understand for your Tanya what incorrect beliefs they have about your industry, about what you do. So for example, I know that business owners believe that in order to grow, they need to do more marketing. That's what my clients say all the time. I'm doing all this marketing and I'm still not growing. But sending marketing leads to a website that doesn't convert is a waste of time. So I stand up and say, don't fall down the marketing money pit. Get your website right first and then concentrate on marketing and getting traffic to it. So the incorrect belief that my clients have is that if they just keep doing more and more marketing, they're going to get more leads. And what I say is, no, let's switch it around. Let's get that website right first. So then when you're actually sending the leads to it, they're actually converting. So what incorrect beliefs do people have about your industry that you can identify? And this is perfect for your about page intro. So if you really struggle to write your about page, like lots of people do, this is a really nice lead into it. So you can start with, I believe that, I might start my about page intro with, I believe that doing more marketing is not going to get you more leads. And that's a kind of jarring statement for people, because they're like, what? I understood it the other way around. So then I can lead into what I believe to be true. So it's a really nice about page intro. The last question I always ask in my target audience profile when we're trying to write website copy is, what are the objections this person, so your Tanya, may have to working with you? Why might they say, no, this isn't for me? Because we know from kind of human psychology and behavioral science that we are looking for a reason to say no, which want to protect ourselves. We don't want to make the wrong decision. So we are reading websites, we are reading sales pages, we're reading emails, we're thinking, why can I say no? What haven't they answered for me? Or they haven't said this. So it's all the yes buts that you want to identify. It's no good just not mentioning it. Make sure you're mentioning it, and make sure you're mentioning how you can help solve them. So list as many as you can. This is website coffee goals. So what are all the reasons people might say no? Price usually comes into it. Time usually comes into it. So identify them, say that you know that they are worried about it and how you can help counteract it for them. With price, it's a difficult one, but if you do payment plans, if you have different ways of people working with you with different price tiers and things like that, that can really help. So if you say, you're not bringing enough of the money, if you're a B2B service provider, you're not bringing enough money, now you can't justify spending more on kind of my service. This is why I offer these different payment tiers or these different payment plans. So you're not necessarily saying you don't have to pay me, but you're identifying that they have this as a possible objection, and you're just getting it out on paper. If they read that you've identified it and that you've helped them overcome it, they're less likely to say no to you then. So listing objections, again, is really, really powerful for your web copy. So those are my target audience profile questions, and hopefully you can see how by answering them, you can use them in different places all around your website and all for your marketing material.